Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, the creative effectiveness ad tech platform. And this is a weekly show where brands watch other brands' ads.
I can't imagine anybody is going to feel like running after seeing this.
but Linus,
if you are a runner, then you'd embrace it more and think, oh yeah, that's what I go through and that's why I go through it.
If they won't sell shoes to this, which I think they will still come off as genuine, which is no small feat, pun intended, for such a kind of behemoth of a sports brand.
We are brought to you, as ever, by our partners Contagious, who helped choose the ad this week. But before we get to that ad, let's meet this week's guests.
I'm Marie Felijo. I'm Customer Marketing Director, leading customer experience and customer engagement strategies across many global and British brands, such as Just Eat, Virgin Media O2, travel industry, etc.
I'm Tony Holdway. I'm a digital and marketing consultant and was previously CMO at brands like Domino's, Samsung, Pret A Manger, Wix, etc.
Hi, my name is Linus Langren-Widén. I'm head of social media at SKF, a B2B business.
What a brilliantly mixed panel. I'm very much looking forward to this episode. Right, let's see this week's ads.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how good do you think this ad is? So 1, 2, 3, fingers in the air.
Oh, can you see them?
Wow, Nike, you have done well. Surely going to put them in the near top of the table. Right. Marie, what's the wider context of this ad? What are we watching here?
This Nike's ad is one that's quite recent and continues to follow Nike's attempt at coming back stronger and getting some edge, I'd say, in people's mind, particularly after the last few years of brand void and rather poor financial performance. You can really see they're trying to reclaim some space in consumers' hearts. And it seems to be a bit of a follow-up to their very strong and hard-hitting Winning Isn't For Everyone ad that they launched just before the Olympics started and throughout the Olympics. So this one's sort of taking a slightly different approach.
But do you see this as them carving a new space for themselves? Nike was always took the position of just doing it, right? It's not about winning a gold medal. They supported the grit and the challenge and the struggle, right? That was always their position. Do you feel that they're returning to that, or is this a new version of that?
This is gritty though, isn't it? This is trying to be more real and authentic. This is about saying common man or woman in the street can do this and can win, but you got to put the effort in. I suppose that's the new element, isn't it? Hasn't the underlying feeling been for years that if you just wear Nike gear, you're going to perform and, simply put the stuff on and you're going to be fine. Whereas this is actually saying you're going to have to put the work in, isn't it? So maybe that's the new element.
It's kind of like saying they're rebranding themselves as Nike, right? Almost going back to the roots. A lot of the competition nowadays are positioning kind of running as a joyful and fun experience, which most runners know it's not. In this ad, Nike is kind of like truthfully saying that running is painful and requires commitment. It's kind of cutting through the proverbial crap, so to speak. This is something I can be part of. I mean, when I'm running, I'm not really competing with anyone but myself. I mean, in order to run, I just need to put my shoes on, right? I mean, I haven't been running for 2 years, but this almost made me want to go out and run. The way they are appealing to what I see as the kind of true target audience here is they're doing kind of like almost segmentation through the content. So they're not trying to talk to everyone. They're trying to talk to people in the know, right? People that are actually out there running. They know that it's painful to run. If they won't sell shoes to this, which I think they will still come off as genuine, which is, no small feat, pun intended, for such a kind of behemoth of a sports brand. So I think it's step in the right direction.
I run most days. I hate running. Like for me, I don't think it really speaks to me because running as much as possible isn't about the pain. It's about the comfort. You're trying to maximize the comfort, right? That's why you spend like plus 100 quid on a pair of squishy trainers, so it doesn't hurt. You want to run it at the time where the weather's going to be least bad, and you're going to listen to a playlist that makes you forget you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I wonder if this is aimed at people who don't run, and it's kind of like struggle porn. You know, it's like, oh, isn't life so hard? And it's a gritty, and it's a bit like cinematic, and like, you know. But in reality,
I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't imagine anybody is going to feel like running after seeing this.
but Linus,
I mean, apart from Linus, but yeah, I mean, it feels like an edge case. But if I take a step back, I'm thinking about their competition right now, right? You know, you've got brands like Hoka who have taken a big share of the market after these guys have sort of left shops, and you know, we're focusing more on their digital offering. And Hoka is now the cool brand, the right brand to go for when you're running, rather than focusing on the technology of the shoes. Like they're clearly choosing to position themselves on the emotional aspect, and again the grit and the hardship of, like, you know, we're with you.
I think if you weren't a runner, I'm not sure you'd start because of this ad. If you are a runner, then you'd embrace it more and think, oh yeah, that's what I go through, and that's why I go through it. Looking at their July ad, which was winning isn't for everyone, which glorified winning and glorified it with professional sports people. I wonder whether the consumer research after that said people looked at that ad and thought, you know, that's not me. That can't be me. I can't be that good. You know, almost alienated the mass audience that they wanted. Whereas this is at least playing to that everyday audience, isn't it?
I think it's a bit of a continuity with that theme. Winning isn't for everyone. And then with that one, which is running isn't comfortable. So they seem to be honing on the negative, sort of less positive aspect of what it is to go through that. So it feels like the narrative starts with, like, you know, we're all about winning, about performance, etc. But we're also there for the day-to-day people going through the toughness of doing exercise, of running in this space. And I really think there's something there around the running market, because they would have lost loads of market share.
What I think this is, and what it does quite cleverly, is it shows a emotional value associated with the brand that everyone can agree on. There's one argument that you shouldn't ever do personalized ads, because then if everyone gets imagine in a world that everyone gets their own personalized ad, there will be no collective view on what that brand represented. Whereas if you just have one massive thing that everyone sees, obviously you can argue both sides, but if everyone sees this, which I'm sure the media spend will make sure that's almost certain happens with the demographic.
Yes.
Is everyone agrees that Nike is the brand that if you wear it, you're the kind of person that goes through pain, right? It's not about colorful, sexy running over mountains. It's not about elite sport. Them being the brand for grit. So when you wear Nike, you're saying, I'm a person that goes through grit. And that's its genius, I think.
So they had a bit of an identity crisis the past year when they almost positioned themselves as a lifestyle brand. You know, dropping like new types of models, like almost on a weekly basis. And that turned out not to be so profitable for them in the long run. So I think this is a way of kind of trying to go back to what they were once, and really show that to everyone. So show it to the stockholders, show it to the audience, show it to the consumers.
And what do you guys think about how dark it is? Like almost it's either like early morning, or sort of nighttime, isn't it? It's that kind of like that nether region just after you get up before you have to go to work. Like everything's really black.
Yeah,
really dark. You can't really see the products. Like the shoes are buried in mud or in water. It's a bit Walking Dead, isn't it? It's a bit grim.
It's purposeful, isn't it? And I actually really like that element, because that makes it more authentic and real. I really, really like the soundtrack. And I don't mean necessarily musically. I mean, I really like the tone of it. It's pared back. Yeah. It's not showy or flashy. There's that irony in the "You Are My Sunshine." You know, that links to what you've just said, Tom, about the darkness of the background. I think that element's really clever.
Yeah, I guess this says more about me, but I didn't even think of that, because that's how it looks outside my window 9 out of 12 months. So for me, this is just running. And maybe, as I said earlier, maybe that's why I agree with that, because that's just how my life looks.
Would you sign off this campaign in its entirety? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up or down? No. Oh, interesting. Linus, Tony, Marie, thank you so much for your time.